picture. And she's like, why don't you ever post pictures? I'm like, you can't even take a picture of the fucking rock I bought you. Like I was going down the list of the PRS custom shop. Brazilian rosewood, yes. Ebony, yes. Birds, yes. Other inlays, yes. Things that you don't need, yes, 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 yes. I got her that. I just want to let you guys know that I got engaged. Real original, get engaged around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Post the ring on Facebook. Her nails fucking broke off because she's a nurse, and now she needs to get her nails done for a second time just to fucking post a fucking Facebook picture. And she's like, why don't you ever post pictures? I'm like, can't even fucking do her nails. To be in a fucking photo of her fucking hand. Let me tell you something about my fiance. She's a wonderful, beautiful, intelligent. I should put it intelligent in front of beautiful. She probably like beautiful instead of intelligent. She's shallow, but that's why she's with me. Why I like PRS, hello. So here's the whole story. I want to say this is mostly for women, and this is not a sexist thing at all, because men, we just aren't wired well enough to be this thoughtful in the first place. So like, that's just because we're inherently not as nice people. That's why that is. It's not a sexist thing. It's the fact that you're superior. So if anything, it is sexist, but that's because I'm a feminist. Benny's a feminist. Who would have thought of that? Anyhow, I was saying something about, oh yes, women. If you're going to buy your significant other, I don't care if it's a guy, I don't care if it's a girl, I don't care if it's a plant. Doesn't matter. And they love guitars. And they love guitars. Don't buy without knowledge. Because everyone that sells anything in the music world preys on you. Like vampires. They're waiting, just like the people at Sweetwater. And if that person, your significant other, has friends that know about instruments and what they like, don't just walk into a store and go, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they like guitar a lot, and they have really expensive guitars, and I think they like PRS. Can I get them something? Jim, show them the fucking PRSs, just down here, okay? I have a lot of PRSs. I'm not an easy person to buy for, okay? And I, first off, want to say that I am not disrespecting the sentiment. Because if you're willing to buy me a guitar, I love you. Okay? Just don't do it wrong. Because then it might break up our relationship. And here's why. I have 38 PRSs. So do you think if you just randomly happen on something on Facebook Marketplace for a deal, that I'm going to want that guitar? No. Because I've already completely irresponsibly spent on myself, selfishly, on PRSs. Way more money than you could even rationalize buying for someone else in a completely selfless, philanthropic manner. Okay? I've spent exponentially more than that on my PRS collection alone. Okay? Even though I got good deals on all of them, that's the reason everyone sees like, oh, he's got a lot of, like, I'm not rich, man. I just get really good deals a lot. So what does my fiance do? She calls my drummer, who first off, by the way, knows a lot about guitars. And he says, don't buy him a PRS, get him a Telecaster. I don't want to do that. It's not that pretty. Now here's the thing. I'm not that into tellies, but I need a telly. You know, like how you buy your significant other something that they actually need, like a knife set, new boxers. Those are things that you need. So it's like, I don't like spending money on those things. So the fact that you got me nice ones, it's like kind of a nice thing. The point I'm getting at is, I kind of need a Telecaster. It's like running downstairs on Christmas morning, all excited to open your presents just to remember you're still Jewish. Oh my God! She bought me a PRS! She finally listened! It's made in Korea. I don't even want this because fundamentally I hate it. I hate it. It's not that PRS SEs are bad. They're a great overseas guitar. I just don't want one! It's like, oh babe, here's your new Stratocaster and it says Squire on it. Or here's your new Les Paul, it says Epiphone. It's fucking awesome, it's great, it's the tip. Cool, I'm serious. If I have this on my wall, I'm never gonna go get the Epiphone Les Paul, no matter how nice it is. You should know me well enough that you shouldn't bring out the bad side of me. Babe, you got me a telly. Nope. Does she want to watch any of my videos? Nah, she lives with me. She's not even to this part of the video, and she's already turned it off. She's like, fuck this noise. That said, she wanted to buy a PRS, and she messaged one of my friends who happens to own Boston Guitar. He knows all kinds of stuff. And she's like, will you help me? He's like, yeah, sure. whatever. He's got a million things going on. He doesn't fucking need to chase after you to help me. Like, he's got to fucking make his money. There's money on the table. He's putting it all in the fucking bank, and he's like, fuck this. He didn't get back to her fast enough. So she goes and buys a PRS off a marketplace. She sends him the picture of the guitar, and the first thing he thinks is, oh my God, is it an SE? He's like, oh my God, thank God it's not an SE. He told me this. He told me, thank God it wasn't that. And it wasn't an S2. Because I don't want an S2 either. Because it's like, why are you gonna go halfway, Americans, like getting a 3/4 Strat? I want 4/4 Strat. She did get me an American PRS. She did that right. But she didn't ask. She didn't ask, so she sends the price to my buddy. And she's like, he told me I got a good deal, like through a friend, and because he was in a band, my friend, and like they said I got a good deal. He was like, yeah. I come down, birthday morning, she's with her daughter, love her daughter. I was so excited, it was so sweet. And in my studio, right on the chair, was this guitar. And it was beautiful. And all the thoughts I've just told you went through my head. Is it an SE? Is it, what is this? Because I know PRS and I don't know this guitar. So the first thing I think is, it's a CE, it's a bolt-on. How bad is this? And I'm just like, thanks, babe. I love it. And it's nice, it's beautiful, actually. It's, the first thing I noticed was it doesn't have a carved top, really. And then there's a little here. And I was kind of like, okay, that's lame. But then I noticed it's got a solid top and it's got an F hole. Now, I gotta tell you, I'll give you a pass on a lot of things for an F hole, because that's a classy move, PRS. Now, this guitar has 8515 pickups. I'm underwhelmed with the newer pickups. I don't know, maybe I'm just elitist. Something about this guitar sounded amazing, but it was set up like donkey balls. Please, as a significant other, understand if they're a guitar collector and they have guitar acquisition syndrome, gas. We can't fundamentally think to ourselves, but I could have got a Les Paul custom. Do you get it? It's like if I brought you DSW shoes, crap shit, and you wanted Gucci's. I'm like, here you go, babe. They look like the Gucci's you wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not that you don't appreciate the sentiment. Why would you do that? And it's a hollow body, so it's kind of cool. I thought you said you got a good deal on this and that this was your friend. He is. I did. Did you? Well, he said it wasn't a bad deal. He's being nice. That's called being nice, sweetheart. Is when someone spends money recklessly on someone else in a very nice gesture. That's being nice. In fact, he's mad at me right now for calling you because I'm about to go mental. Why did you buy this guitar? Do you know what I could have bought? And do you know how many things you could have bought for way less money? Way less money that I would have been so happy with, because it means you know me. You don't know me. And your friend is not a friend. And they're no friend of mine. You want to know how I know? Because I collect PRSs. And you way overspent. But you don't want someone like my fiance coming back after you mad. Okay? So like accurately, just like if you're giving someone a good deal, be saying you're giving a good deal. Don't pretend. And if it's expensive, just, it's worth it, man. Buy. Don't misconstrue things. Because I said to her, I don't want this. Which makes me ungrateful. But I'm going to turn it around because I'm a narcissist, right? And make it about her. You should fucking know better. Don't you know me? Don't you know I have a guitar channel? Don't you know I'm neurotic? It's right in the title. I tell you every day, I'm so excited. I'm so excited I got this for this, and you don't even care. And I understand. You can feign excitement. That's a nice thing, to just pretend it's bigger, just pretend you're more excited, just pretend like it matters. Like, do you know how much a little sugar goes? Do you know how much a little sugar goes? When I was doing a wedding once, I called a mother-son dance. What the groom forgot to tell me was his mother was dead. So I'm literally using a Ouija board for a microphone to call and summon the reanimated corpse of a dead lady instead of the stepmother! Listen to the whole fucking story or write it down accurately. Did you get the metaphor? Did you get it? So she went back. This is why I'm marrying her. This is serious. I swear to God, she made it better. She called this motherfucker back and shook down enough money where she got a stellar deal. Actually, The best deal that I've ever heard, because I thought that this was worth less because I know nothing about CEs. And the more that I have researched this guitar, it makes sense why it sounds so fucking good. Because it was like $22.50 new. That's not cheap. I love this finish. I'm a big fan of the blue. And I've said this in other videos, but like the whale blue, the midnight blues, the fucking emerald greens from like the 90s and all that. A lot of these 10 tops just got eaten up, where if you walked 10 feet away, it was like the opposite of a Monet. I don't like these square pickups. I don't know why they had to change what a normal pickup looks like. There's probably some genius thing behind it. This one ended up being great. I don't know if it has anything to do with the bolt-on, the fact that it has a maple neck, where I don't really use the maple neck thing on, I don't know. And these pickups, I've heard them in other guitars, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't know if it's the chambering or this or that, but like, let's go through this guitar. My Fiance guitar. Wow. First off, I really like the response on this tremolo. Like, I mean, obviously the vintage John Mann tremolos are like the, oh my God, the Valhalla PRS, but like this tremolo is sick, and it doesn't make me miss the PRS pre-factory stuff. It doesn't. It's really good. I give credit where credit's due. Secondly, this pickup is wicked lively. This is an 8515. And just FYI, I had an 8515 low turn in my 594, and it sounded like absolute garbage. This squeals. If you don't think the Kemper has any sort of volume response, you're like, oh, it just cuts off, it sounds fake, it doesn't have the real amp feel. Versus now, also understand that is on single coil. Now, middle, back to humbucker. Do you hear how much more volume? Like, these are really loud pickups. But I really like that. That's like almost like a Temple of the Dog, Stone Gossard. Single coil on the neck pickup. I notice how much just complete and utter stratty butter it has. And I can only attribute it, one, to the bolt-on, to the maple, and to the fact that it has, and by maple I mean the maple neck, and the fact that it has the F-hole. And it's not a cheaper S2, it's not an SE, it actually has a solid piece of beautiful maple, and it really, really just sounds... with the humbucker. I'm just jerking off. because this guitar inspires me. Like when I picked it up, I started playing it and it just called it. Listen how I like lively pickup. I like this for the same. I'm gonna turn it into a totally clean sound because I feel like it deserves, especially as a hollow body. I mean, it's like literally pure unadulterated tone. If you think that you need a PRS private stock and like Macassar ebony and Brazilian rosewood to make things sound good, like I'm gonna dispel that right now. I'm here to illuminate this stuff for you because like right now, not everyone can go into a store, not everyone can try it, not everyone has access to great sounding amps or a Kemper or even some of these guitars. And I want you to know that I do play them and I do really appreciate them. This really was a humbling experience for me because I normally would have snubbed my nose on this. I have $5,000 PRSs, I have $3,000 PRSs, and I love the pre-factory PRSs. This one just sounds right. It's a new PRS, it's not that fancy, and the F-hole, the bolt-on neck, I've learned to love it. So I guess I'm into the hollow body CE. Guilty.
Why don't you fucking smash that subscribe button already?